Let's talk about why you may be starting the wrong offense in college football 25. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you for watching. So before we even get into that, I just want to talk about red shirts, man. And I think people get the wrong idea of red shirts. You want to red shirt every single player. You want to get to that point, especially here in my Temple Dynasty. Go check out the series. We having the ball, having a great season, all that. But one of my goals, I want to red shirt every single freshman on our team because I want our team to be good enough to where we don't ever need to have a freshman starting, man. The highest overall freshman is going to be, maybe 82, 83. That's the highest I've seen. You might have seen higher, but we don't ever want a player starting as a freshman because that means we failed at some point. If you have a freshman quarterback, unless it's early in your series, if you're in year 4, year 3, if you have a freshman quarterback starting, it means you messed up at some point. Either one of your starters transfer out or you didn't recruit that position properly. At some point, you messed up. So we don't ever want to start freshmen. So I try to redshirt every single one. Here in my running back room, we only have 4 running backs. So there's a situation where I messed up. I forced the guy to transfer at the running back, and we only have 4. So that guy might end up playing, So we go here just to redshirt every single player. Messed up in the tight end room. We only have 3 of them. That's fine. This guy will not redshirt his first year. We'll redshirt him his sophomore year. I'm not opposed to doing that also. But now let's actually go through every individual position and talk about why you might be starting the wrong player there. So when it comes to quarterback and you deciding who you want to start, I don't think you should ever go with just the highest overall, unless a win now, whatever. But I think you really should pay a little bit more attention to the skill caps. Like Andy here, he's a 5-star scrambling quarterback. You look at his skill caps, his accuracy could only go up by 1. His power could go up, but he can't get much better as a quarterback, man. His IQ could get a little bit better, but accuracy is never going to be elite. You look at the other guy here, they both started off as a 82 overall, Marco Small, and his accuracy actually could go up a little bit more. Like, he could actually become an elite passing quarterback. Now, his other skill caps are maxed out, fine, but as long as he can get better accuracy-wise, that's the main thing I care about for my quarterback. So, you want to be paying attention to your, the skill caps of who you starting. And then also the attributes obviously matter, man. Throw power, super important. Medium throw accuracy. I don't value short throw accuracy all that much just because it's easy. It's a short throw. More times than not, it's not going to matter that often. But the medium and deep throw accuracy is super important. Throw on the run, throw under pressure, even break sack is a little bit important. But the play action and then even like the awareness, not as important for me personally. The play action, I had a guy with 99 play action, and I feel like whenever I called it, it never worked. So, it's just less important in my opinion. Carrying, if you got a scrambling quarterback, 99 juke move, insane. This guy clearly could be a starting running back for our team. But, just some of the things that really matter for your quarterback, I would suggest starting a guy like this compared to, everyone else in the room whose skill caps are just not as good. And then you come over here and you look at the running back room, man. We have Brian Sis, who was an 80 or 93 overall. Then we have James Lewis. He went up. He was a 88. He just went up to a 90 overall. Throughout this whole series, we have been starting James Lewis, even though he is not the higher overall. You look at the speed. The speed is better. The acceleration, similar. The agility, Brian has him beat. Change the direction. The carrying, he has him beat. Break tackle and the trucking is where he takes off, man. Elite, he's a power running back. First of all, power running back with 95 speed seems insane to me. Also at 89, 96 break tackle, good stiff form, spin move, juke move. His juke move is just as high as Brian Sis. And then, the spin move a little bit less. The catching is where Brian separates. But for me personally, I have a 3rd down running back. So I'll put Brian in as my 3rd down running back. And he still get reps. He gets a lot of reps as my 3rd down running back. And he'll get, if Brian gets 10 carries, James will get 10 carries as well. But he really excels just catching the ball at the backfield. For me personally, I don't care about that as much as a running back. So I'll start James Lewis as my starting guy because he will not go down from the first hit at all. I love the power running backs in this game. So just making sure you're paying a little bit of attention, man. I honestly think the power running backs and then the receiving backs and third, the elusive backs. If I had to rank, the order of my favorite running backs in this game, especially if you get a power running back that looks something like this with the high speed, that's going to be game changing. Now, when it comes to your wide receivers, I don't know if height matters in this game. I wish it did. I wish it was more obvious, but for me, I really cannot tell at times. Height seems to not matter. We have a 6'6" receiver right here, 218 pounds, should be a baby Megatron. He does not really play like a baby Megatron, and it's disappointing. He's very good, but the spectacular catch, he does not jump over people and catch the ball how you think he would, but he is still very elite. But for me, I'm not starting, my top 3 starters is going to be Willie, Grant Corner, then David, and then Jalen right here. He's a junior, but he is completely maxed out when it comes to his skill caps. He cannot get any better. His attributes are okay, but I would much rather play Josh Cutting, who's a redshirt freshman. He got 96 speed, 79 overall. You come look at him. He has elite development, 4-star. Also, he could get a lot better as a player. So for me personally, as my 4th receiver, I'm starting a guy like this. And then even playing Fowler right here with 99 speed, who also has the elite development, also has some solid skill caps. I'm playing the young guys over, my 4th string receiver, Jalen, that not going to make the NFL, and essentially that's what I want, man. I want to continue to build my pro potential and put players in the NFL, and I know this guy, he don't have enough overall, and the skill caps, he's not going to make it to the league. So I would much rather play a guy like Josh, and then even Fowler, and then even looking at, the catching, even looking at the route running. I feel like the route running does not matter a ton. For example, Willie, he's our best receiver. Route running is not good, but he gets open. He gets open consistently, and his route running is not good. I feel like speed has a lot more to do, and it's a shame. I feel like route running should matter, but for me personally, speed gets it done. That's why I don't really love the route running receivers in this game, just because speed kills so much that the route running tends to not even matter. And Jalen right here, he's a route running receiver, so that's why he don't play. And then also, release is super important, especially when they pressing in this game. Jumping, it should be important, but like I mentioned earlier, it just don't seem to matter. Ball carrying vision don't really matter when you're using them. This man, David Sanderson, got 91 trucking as a receiver. He could clearly move the running back. His carrying is low, but he clearly could move the running back with the high trucking, spin move, stiff form, all of that. He clearly could be a running back out here. Next, you move over to tight end. And tight end is like the biggest red flag in this game, man. If you don't find you a gem tight end, he will never develop. And it's unfortunate, or I shouldn't say they won't develop. Their skill caps be maxed out, so they can't develop. Like this guy right here. I started in tight end. He won tight end of the year 2 years in a row, and his skill caps has literally never moved, man. It should be some feature in the game. When they win the award, they unlock skill caps. It should be some feature like that, because he's very good. He's a receiver that we moved over to tight end, and he's maxed out. Then you look at Evan. He's a sophomore. You think, okay, he might be up and coming. 4-star impact development, and he's maxed out. He's maxed out as a 76 overall as a 4-star, man. Tight end is literally like the only position that this happens at, man. I don't know why. Then you get a guy right here, Chester, 72 overall. He actually has elite development, 4-star, and his skill caps, he could get a lot better as a player. So this actually works. So when you're recruiting tight end, you got to make sure that you're recruiting the gems only, because if you don't, man, they're going to come in and they're never going to develop, man. Y'all let me know if y'all noticed that as well. So here we start Lane just because he got the elite speed. He's a receiver moved over the tight end, and he catch the ball very well. His his blocking is not good at all. It's horrible, actually. But we start him just because none of our tight ends are fairly good. I consider starting Chester right here, but it's like he's a freshman. We might as well just start off or continue to start the guy that, is a good receiver, and he won, tight end of the year a few times for us. Now you move over to the O-line, and it gets a little bit crucial, man. I dropped a whole video deep dive in who you should start on the O-line. I'll link it in the description. I'll cover it a little bit, but I won't go that much in detail, man, because the O-line is tough. You see here, man, it's so many different attributes that matters. You got pass blocking, you got pass blocking power, then you got pass blocking finesse. And Kyle, he's our left tackle. We start him, and he is food. That's what I call him. He is absolutely food. Then you also got the 83 strength. That does not help, man. One a little bit higher strength. Strength essentially, that's how long your O-lineman will hold on to their block. And then, pass block finesse, that has to do with the defensive end, a finesse rusher. So, and then also you got the power, the pass blocking power, that has to do with a power rusher, the power moves. So you see here, our left tackle is horrible against finesse rushers, and as a left tackle, a lot of the pass rushers are going to be finesse rushers. So we actually should not start this guy at left tackle. In my opinion, he should probably be starting at maybe guard, even center. He should be somewhere inside, because inside you're going to go up against more power rushers compared to the outside. So, this is a guy you should consider moving inside, just because he gets killed in the passing game, and we see why, man. We see why right here. Now, continue on. Looking at our left guard, he got the high strength. I love that. High strength. The pass blocking is not great. The finesse is even worse, and that's fine. He's in the inside, and we know is least likely that he'll go up against a finesse move or a finesse rusher. Is not. He's still going to go up against them here and there, but inside guys are more often to be power rushers or even run stoppers. So at least we have that working for us, man. Then you move over here to center. You look here, we got 92 overall center. His strength sucks. I'm hiding him. He's a 92 overall, but I'm literally hiding this player because his strength is so bad. He's such a high overall, I feel like I gotta start him. But the strength, he just get block sheds so often, man. Even though all of his other stats are super high, he still get block sheds super often. So I got him starting at center. I probably should move him over to right tackle. Height and weight, I don't think matters for the O-line, man. 6'2", 288 pounds. That's why I didn't move him to right tackle. But now that I fully believe that height and weight does not matter for the O-line, I would move this guy straight to right tackle, because, he don't have the super high strength, and then he also a pretty good pass blocker. That's his archetype here. And, I don't love having a pass blocking archetype at center. I feel like that's a little bit of a waste. I'd much rather have a power or agile guy at center, because the center is not usually, pass blocking. He's usually helping in the passing game. He's not having many one-on-ones in the passing game unless it's a nose tackle, whatever. Now you come over here, you look at the right guard, and you see we got 30 of them. 30 of them, that's all pretty good. Our top guy has the strength. I didn't mention speed, but speed also matters, especially for these inside guys, man, especially for the left, center, and then a right guard. For tackle, it matters a little bit, but just not as much. And then also acceleration, agility matters a little bit for the guards, just for your whole O-line. But you look here and you're like, who should you start? And I suggest, for me, I'm starting Ben. This is our top guy. He does have the lower strength, but everything else is super well-rounded, man. Even the run blocking develop. He's a pass blocking tendency, so it's good to see his run blocking develop to actually be, I would argue, better than his pass blocking. So he is super well-rounded. That's why I started a guy like this. And then, my second string is this guy right here, even though, he's not as well-rounded. He can do a little bit more development, get a little bit better. Awareness also matters when it comes to the O-line, especially with them getting upfield, trying to find that next block. Then you got the lead blocking, you got the impact blocking. Those matter for your center, your guards also, because that's them, getting to the next level, and are they able to hit the linebacker and then also stay on, hold that block as well. So, impact and lead blocking matter for those things as well. And then my right tackle, this who I have starting, who has low strength. I realized that he has low strength, and that's why I got him at right tackle. For me, anyone with lower strength, I would consider pitching at the tackle positions or trying to hide them at center, like I said. The tackles or try to hide them at center, because you don't want the low strength inside. But this guy is a pretty good pass blocker, which I like. He's got the pass blocking archetype. Run blocking is also pretty solid. He is well-rounded, super well-rounded. And then he has the low impact blocking, so that also tells me he probably shouldn't be playing guard, man. Low impact blocking, the lead blocking is solid, very good. And then also he has lower speed. That also tells me he probably shouldn't be playing inside, because speed don't matter as much as some of the tackle positions. So this is why I got this guy playing on the outside. I probably would, the only change I would make, like I said, probably with my center and my left tackle, just because, they got the, my center, he got the low strength, and I feel like actually playing with it, he is not great. He is not great in the run game, man. He get block shed a lot, and it's super annoying, man. One other thing, last thing y'all really should pay attention to is the abilities, man. Physical abilities, and then also the mental abilities for your O-line is super important, man. Especially, You see here, man, second level. Having a guy like that at guard is super good. Right tackle, left tackle, second level is not as important because those guys are usually not getting to the second level. So having, one of those abilities at center or guard is way more important. Even a strong grip, ground and pound, those are some pretty good abilities to have as well. So just make sure you run into the side to take advantage of those abilities, man. If your left side, your O-line is really good at running the ball, well, make sure you run into the left side, or vice versa. All right, so that's all I got for y'all today. I did this video for the defense side of the ball. If y'all want to see that video, link will be in the description. Click the video on the screen now for my temporary build.